Hello.
Good day.
How's it going?
Good. How are you?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sad.
Yeah, well, I
Canada lost golds,
did.
women and men's. I don't know why I'm so disappointed. You must be really disappointed. I'm really disappointed.
Mm-hmm. It's a tough one. There's not much else to say to that.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, it's just a tough one.
Yeah.
Would have been all right if it was to Finland.
Um, or Sweden. I guess it would have been Sweden that would have come through, right?
No, Finland took bronze. Well, yeah, yeah.
But we
Yeah.
had to, yeah.
I'm essentially saying anybody, but we lost to.
Yeah. Um, Big weekend happened this weekend, aside from that.
Yeah,
I was awake before our daughter got home from the bar.
that is true. And I got to join in on the fun when her coming home made the dog bark, and I heard voices, and I thought something weird's going on. I should get up and check. No, it was just her.
Me talking
Yep,
about her night. She had a good night.
that's good.
Yeah.
As long as it wasn't a gong show of a night, that's usually a rougher one.
No, a little bit of a disappointing night for her, but that's okay.
Yeah. The funny part of that being her proclamation that it probably wasn't going to be a late night because she wasn't really feeling like going out.
I know. And then she rolled in like 3:30.
Yeah, sure did.
Yeah.
Sure did.
So that's the thing. Yeah, I should qualify. It's 3:30. So it's not like I'm up at 6 and she's rolling in. I'm up at 3:30.
Yeah, which raises other questions and
Actually,
judgments.
I was up at 2:30. She came home at 3:30. I was up today at 3. I had made a rule at some point not to leave my bed until 4 o'clock, but it's not been happening.
Why do you have to make rules like that?
Well,
Do you know what my rule is? Don't stay in bed so long that I pee the bed. That's my rule. Get up at some point and be a human. That's my rule. I don't have to have rules about, well, if it's 4 o'clock, try and stay in a little bit longer. That's not an issue.
But otherwise, I will be getting up at like 2:30. And now that I've broken my rule, it's been getting worse and worse.
I don't think you know how sleep works. Sleep doesn't work like that. Sleep is fantastic.
Oh, don't get me wrong. I love sleep.
Your actions indicate otherwise.
I just also have a lot to do and I can't sleep. It's not like I'm forcing myself to get up.
You're not forcing yourself to stay in bed, though.
I try
I don't think you try hard
for
enough.
at least 20 minutes.
See, what?
But then they say if you can't
They-hoo.
evidence-based research,
They-hoo.
Andrew, evidence-based researchers proven it's not good to stay in bed if you can't fall asleep within like 20 minutes. You should get up and go.
I don't think they meet in this situation. And that was written by people that are sleeping 8+ hours a night, so they don't count in this situation. You're lucky if you're getting 4.5.
I know. I know. And it's not good. However, I was just reading today. I don't know. I got to look at the evidence base, but having a lot of little naps through the day for 5 or 6 minutes can be beneficial.
Huh.
I just got to find a few 5 or 6 minutes throughout the day.
Neat. Okay, so
I have tried to take a 20-minute nap here and there. Yesterday I did, good example, but it's like everybody knows, oh, mom's sleeping. That's the time we need to talk to her, or that's the time people outside need to be around our house to set the dogs off. It's almost consistently.
It doesn't seem to work out in your favor.
I've told Pickle, if it's around 2 o'clock and my door is closed, don't come in. I'm sleeping.
How's that work out?
It has not worked out yet.
Gotcha.
We'll see. Yeah.
So just lots going on.
Flying to Chicago tomorrow.
Sure are.
That'll be good. I should be able to walk downtown, right? By myself, an hour every day.
Depends on the time. I wouldn't be doing it like 9 or 10 o'clock at night.
No, it'd be like 7:30 in the morning and then like between 6 and 7 at night.
Yeah, you should be fine.
Yeah.
Fine. I just booked a hotel for Leduc.
Oh, fun.
Yeah, really looking forward to it.
For the 13th
Yeah. Yeah.
of March. That's good. Are we going up the Thursday?
Probably.
Because I'm going to be on a podcast in Edmonton. I've been invited, so I have to go up. Works out perfect. What a quinky dink.
Yeah, how you gonna get into town though? I'm at a rink.
Well, is she playing on the? You guys will have other teammates you can carpool from the hotel.
Oh, yeah, that's not happening. You can cab it to your podcast. I'm not jumping in with someone else that you can take my vehicle
Oh, you can drive me.
to a cab, like to someplace a cab can take you.
Fine, I'll just take an Uber. It's
A
fine.
new bear. They should be sending a car for you. Tell them to send a car service. You're a big deal.
Yeah, Bobby.
Podcasters don't operate like that.
I guess not. I mean, this is a big one, but it's not like that big. Do you think people like Andrew Huberman and stuff pays for their guests to come in?
Yeah,
Yeah.
once they get big, absolutely, there's some payment for some of it.
Hmm.
I'm sure a lot of it is they're trying to shill something, but for someone that they're just bringing in to try and bring in, yeah, I'm sure there's some snacks at least, finger food, refreshments.
I bet a lot of people, if it's big enough, just would be willing to pay just to get on there and have the exposure.
Yeah, depending on who it is. Like, but if it's a dude that's just in their lane, kind of killing it, and why do they need to go do a podcast? It does more for the podcaster than it does for them.
That's true.
So I think it's situationally dependent.
Yeah.
I would have to pay for everything. 100%. If someone said, "Hey, do you want to come on?" I'd be like, first of all, sure, why are you asking me? Second, can I afford to get there? Because they're not sending anything to me.
You were on the, I guess it wasn't a podcast, but like the sports desk
Yeah, that's
news thing.
yeah, but that
They
was
brought you in.
yeah. Yeah, they really sought me out and my expertise. I was the closest warm body to where they were recording, was what it was.
And then they made fun of you for being an Avs fan.
Yeah, but I was right. If you go back and listen to that interview, I said within 2 or 3 years we were going to be contending for the cup again, and that's what they laughed at me about. And who was right? This guy.
Yeah.
Now, was it smart to say that at a Calgary Flames tournament? No. No, I should have just said I was a Flames fan and moved on, and I didn't. I did not. So it was a weird vibe. But whatever. Stick to my guns.
There's a lot of Avs players playing the Olympics.
They sure do. That's what happens when you got the best team going.
I
It'd
guess,
be a weird locker room going no forward for a little bit.
yeah, I suppose.
Yeah.
I guess Miko, though, was not Avs anymore
No,
because he's
Marty
what?
Nietzsche is,
Oh, yeah.
right?
Is he on States?
Well, he was Czechia.
Oh, Czechia. Okay. Well, Gabe was Swedish, but we didn't kick the Sweden out, so that's okay.
No, Brock Nelson, though, won U.S. gold.
Yeah.
So it's going to be a little awkward. But the one thing I'll take away is Nate's going to be so mad at missing that one shot. He'll be angry down the stretch.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, real angry at the rest of the world, which bodes well for us.
Anyway, we
Anyway,
should probably move things on.
yeah, this isn't a sports talk show. I've got experience, like you mentioned. So, question today. Question for you,
Sure.
Sleeping Beauty, not Sleeping Beauty. How? So, there's a growing sense of isolation and anxiety. We talk about it all the time, but specifically for parents that are feeling that isolation, how would they go about creating a village when the village is no longer there? Meaning, we've talked before about it takes a community, it takes a village to raise kids, blah blah blah. But more and more parents are statistically not raising their kids in the same place that they were raised, right? Jobs come up, they move. Like how many of our friends are from the Maritimes? They moved out here for oil and gas or whatever. That's consistent across the board. So what are some things that parents can do to try and build a village where a village never existed before?
Mhm.
One of the most interesting stats, actually, as I was coming up with this is back in the day, what is it? I think I got it right here. So in the grandparents' era, our grandparents' era, the average detached home in Canada had 6 people in it. And then a generation ago, so our parents, it was down to 4. Do you know what it is today? 2.1.
Is it actually?
Yeah.
Well, I thought it would have been maybe higher because it seems like people are having more kids lately.
According to this, it's not. So it's for the first time in modern history, we have an entire generation of seniors living alone in isolation because of the families moving away. They're no longer incorporated into as much either. So that's a component of the village going away, right? So I guess, yeah, that's kind of the question. Understanding that digitally we're more isolated, even though we're trying to do more, but physically we're more isolated.
Mhm.
How do parents try and counteract that?
I do wish, like, just going to other countries and seeing that multi-generation, even if they're not in the same building, they're in the same compound,
Yeah.
like I really kind of miss that. So, I mean, family is, if they're around, how can you have that? Like, I know with my grandpa, we were trying to have family dinners, but
Hmm.
trying to incorporate that. You know what? I think there's something to be said just in your neighbors. Right? Like we used to know all of our neighbors and people would be bringing stuff over. And I remember in Winnipeg one year, there's a big snowstorm and like neighbors were watching out for each other. One guy came around and, with snowshoes, knocking on the doors, like, is everybody okay? Do you need, like just
Hmm.
that kind of piece. When we first moved here, we're on a cul-de-sac. We're lucky. It's just a little cul-de-sac, but we had a block party.
Yeah.
And I think that there's just so much to be said. Well, we just found out about our neighbor, stuff going on with our neighbor. And I'm like, oh my gosh, like, why didn't you come to us and help? We could totally help, right? I think we sort of live in these silos, and so many people, we're lucky we know people on our cul-de-sac.
Hmm.
But I really think, like, just go take baking to your neighbors one day. Well, that's something we do at the holidays, right? But just reaching out to your neighbors and if there's ever anything, hey, like if you're going away and you want me to check on the house or grab your mail, right? And I think that there's that piece. And it
Yeah.
doesn't matter. I mean, our neighbors are mostly far older than us.
Yeah.
They're ready for moving out to different places.
You kind of had to bail on that a little bit.
Well, I was gonna say too,
You don't have to say it if you felt you needed to change it.
older people's living situations. But anyway,
Yeah.
but like it's really nice. And we do like our neighbor across the street, hey, can Willow come and feed the cat? We're
Yeah.
gonna be gone for the weekend, right?
Okay.
Or another neighbor at the end of our cul-de-sac, hey, can the girls shovel the driveway and just check the house once a week
Yeah.
while we're away, And so I really think that that is a key starting point. Out from that, the girls being on sports teams has been a lifesaver. Mind you, a lot of the driving that's needed to be done. Like I'm just thinking of, hey, we're stranded. Can you take them to their game
Hmm.
or bring them home from their game or take them to practice?
Yeah.
If we didn't have the sports, we wouldn't have those things to worry about. But I will say that's been a huge piece. It's a great group of people away from school drama, away
Hmm.
from, if there's stuff going on in the neighborhood. Like it's just having these little pockets, these little communities that you build. That's been a major piece of everything. And maybe it is school families as well,
Hmm.
right? If you can connect, I think that that's really important, especially if you've got small kids. How do you build that community where you've got the same values and you're raising the kids with similar sorts of things? Like you all agree that our kids aren't going to have cell phones.
Yeah.
You all agree that, yeah, our kids should walk to school together. So we're going to create this little posse of kids so that they can walk to school. And so they're building those resilient skills as well and kind of that sense of community. I know it's trickier now. Like when you and I grew up, we pretty much went to the school
Yeah.
that was in our
Not always
neighborhood.
that way.
It's not always that way, especially in a place like Calgary where there's so many charter schools and kids are going everywhere. But if you do have that, that's great. And if not, you still do have neighbors and
Mhm.
just your local, well, our pharmacist knows, like, my went to go pick up meds the other day, and the pharmacist is like, say hi to your dad, right?
Yeah.
Like, just having those sorts of little community things too.
Yeah. And I think part of it is, yeah, trying to, not that you're disconnecting from the broader city, but trying to focus within your own confines of your neighborhood first, right? There's usually a lot going on, especially as you get older too, right? Like we're at the stage where our kids are off building their own communities and friends and stuff. So we now need to make sure that we have some connections that, because those sports things are going to go away, right?
Yeah.
There's still friendships, but they're not maybe as tight, right? Like we've got friends from Maya's teams. Like one of them just texted me out of the blue yesterday or 2 days ago, just checking in to see if I was at a concert that he was at. I'm like, no, I'm not at that one, right? So those sort of level of connectivity will remain, but you still need to find a way to build it up. Another one I'm noticing now is the club, the West Side, right?
That was gonna be my next point.
That's another one that I'm seeing myself. There's a ton of that going on, right? And the kids themselves have an opportunity again, to kind of extend the community beyond just the confines of our neighborhood, but create their own, right? Because there's stuff going on there all the time they can go to.
And West Side, just for you guys who don't know, listeners, it's just our local gym that has, I mean, it's multiplex, right? So there's pool, there's the gym. And the thing with that is consistency. And that's the point that I was going to say, just because, so for the first, you've been going to the gym consistently at the same time every day for the past few weeks, right?
Yeah, so a month and a bit probably.
And for the first time, one of the gym bros has now talked to you.
Yeah, I'm in the fold. I'm in the first circle now.
So the consistency piece, right? We go to McDonald's or Tim Hortons, like a coffee shop, and you see all the people who, I
Hmm.
mean, maybe that's an older generation thing, but well, at the dog park, there's a Bernie's Club, 7 o'clock at one of the dog parks. So we doing like going for a walk at a consistent time,
Yeah.
going to the gym at a consistent time, you're going to start meeting other people who are consistently doing that too.
Yeah, and there's a commonality to it, I think is the big thing, right? Like they might not be people that you're going to hang out with, but there is that shared commonality of like you can already see it. Like when I roll in at quarter after five or 20 after 5 in the morning, the gym's not open yet, but the same people are parking in the same parking spots and everybody has the same routine, but it all ends up intertwining as soon as you go through the door, right? So I think that to me is probably going to be an important one as the kids get older. But then I think, yeah, like the other thing I think as well is you kind of hit the nail on the head in terms of the neighbors, right? Like one of the things that I came across while I was looking into this was there's research that shows that even just micro interactions, so you wave to your neighbor as you come and go, creates a baseline of community, right? So you might not be at their house, you might whatever, but it's those little gestures that add up over time to the point where you get to where they'll reach out and ask for favors, or you can ask if they need help with anything, or you can kind of interact that way, right?
Even the one down the street, I know our kids don't get along, but there's neighbors
Mhm.
at the end of the other cul-de-sac, kind of across the street. I texted them one day, didn't I?
Yeah.
Like, hey, can you run over to the house? I can't remember what it was,
Yeah, we thought the dog was having a problem. The puppy. We
but we
ended up
weren't there.
we weren't there, so we ended up Pete went in and checked on him.
Mm. Oh, no, no. It was a
Oh, it
no
was someone
spot.
else.
Yeah, just right here across the street.
Hmm.
But yeah, that's just it,
Yeah,
right? I
yeah.
feel comfortable, even though we've never said more than 5 words to each other.
Well, the advantage is
But it's the waves and the,
you know where they live. So if
yeah,
they do anything, it's pretty easy to track them down. They're 4 houses away, right?
that's true.
Yeah, I think that's kind of the important part. And I think the other thing, and this circles back, is a lot of people will talk about online communities, and that to me is tricky because yes, over time, like you talk about gamers, right, that have friends that they've never met in real life and refer to it as a community. And I think there is some degree of connectivity, but I don't know that it's the same,
No, it's
right?
superficial. It's easy come, easy go. Someone makes you angry, like that's it. You just block them
Yeah.
and you ghost them and never have to talk. It's not the same.
No, I think, and that's kind of where I was going is it's okay to have that level of connectivity as something that you enjoy, but it's not the same. Like you have to get out and you have to start, and I think part of it is you have to show your kids how to do it as well, right? Like
Mhm.
I think building community also comes from having an active sense of social responsibility to agree. Like I'm not talking you have to go out and do save the world, but how you interact with your community and treat your neighbors is reflective of how everybody wants to kind of operate, right? And the easiest way is go through a rougher neighborhood in your town and you'll see, right? Completely disconnected, probably. Nobody really knows anybody, likes anybody. It's probably not in the nicest of shape, right? But
Mhm.
you go to communities where there is more commonality and you'll see people behaving in a way that fosters everybody to kind of be in a better spot. So, but that requires you to go outside and do stuff, right? Get out there.
I'm doing research right now. We're looking at community cohesion, and this is a big piece of it, right? And people are generally happier and feeling more connected when there is that high cohesion. And you could do more things too. Like we used to do a monthly dinner club
Hmm.
where we'd rotate between friends and they'd pick a restaurant. Or we did another one too. We just got busy once the kids were born, but it's good to still do it where we would take turns and everyone had to pick a country,
Yeah.
right? So they would make the main course and then we would bring the appetizers, whoever, and we would take turns hosting. So doing those kinds of things or a book club and
Yeah.
or just hey, first Friday or Saturday of the month, I'm gonna go do this thing.
Yeah.
So if you like just an open invite, so there's no obligations or anything like that. Those types of things can be. But yeah, you're right. It's just those micro interactions to start. Smile, wave.
Yeah. And just continue to push on. Like there's as an adult, you're not going to go up to someone random and ask them to be your friend, right?
Yeah.
That's super awkward and it doesn't look good past the age of 10. But there are ways that once people feel comfortable enough, it'll just naturally bridge those conversations. You just got to seek them out, right?
It's just it's planting the seeds,
Yeah.
right? I think it's bamboo, right? It takes 6 months growing underground. So you don't see anything happening, right? But you're continuing to nurture it, right? You're just going to continue planting those seeds, front of face. I mean, it's all about familiarity. So
Yeah.
the consistent smiles. I mean, every morning we go for a walk and we see two of our neighbors and we're
Yeah.
waving to them and
Yeah.
saying hello as they're brushing off their trucks or vehicles or whatever. But then, so it takes time. You don't see anything happen. But then all of a sudden, after that time, it might even be like a year or more, all of a sudden the bamboo is like shot up,
Yeah.
right? And is now 6 feet tall or whatever. So, yeah,
Yeah. Be a bamboo.
be a bamboo.
That's what you're saying.
Yeah.
All right. Well done.
Cool. Easy peasy. Good day.
Good day.